Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark,
And I'm Rob.
and today we're going to talk about whether there's any hope to end the politics and corruption for the Women's U.S. Basketball Committee. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so and hit that notification bell when you do. So we're going to cover the women today because in the men's, there doesn't seem to be as much corruption. They seem to did a pretty good job of choosing the right team, although you can argue Jaylen Brown should have been there instead of Derek White. And Rob was hoping Jalen Brunson was going to be on the team, but he got injured anyway, so it was a moot point. But it doesn't seem to be like corrupt. You know what I mean? The reasonable selections in terms of what they did. They didn't keep off Anthony Edwards, for instance. They put him on the team, a young player, 22, up and coming star, similar with Caitlin Clark. And they look like they got a great team, and they're gelling, and we'll see what happens in the game today. Hopefully they won't lose. The women, they play tomorrow, and hopefully they will lose, so we can get rid of the corruption, which is what we're going to talk about now. So we did a little research, and we found out that USA Basketball chooses the committees and the coach. And they Coach Reeve, this is the first time coaching. Now, sometimes they change the coach from Olympic to Olympic. Sometimes the coach does it 2 times in a row. Like Gino coached twice for the team, and Coach Reeves did it this time. And she turned out to be a public relations disaster, even though she's an excellent coach. So the question is, does her terrible press conferences make you think that the committee wants to get a new coach next time and use the excuse that, hey, we usually change the coach each time? What do you think, Rob?
Well, also with the players, I mean, will the players after they probably won't, but after the game, if they do win or lose, when they asked about the Coach Reeve, are they going to give a positive, answer to it, or they're not going to say anything? I know 2 players who might give a negative. That would be Cooper and probably Young, because Young should have been starting all along. Yet she started Taurasi. So
right, I agree.
I mean that's that's what I want to hear what they say after the game.
I'm not sure they're going to say very much because they might want to make the next Olympic team. What we're trying to avoid is a situation where like a Diana Taurasi's on the team trying to get her 6th medal, taking someone else's spot when she doesn't belong on the team. So this isn't just about Caitlin Clark, because Diana Taurasi shouldn't have been on the team. And we want to make sure that doesn't happen next time. LeBron James is on the team, but he's 39, not 42, and he's still one of the top 10 players in the U.S. So he should be on the team. Diana Taurasi isn't. She hasn't made the All-Pro team in 4 years. Last Olympics, fine. In 2021, she was 1 year removed from an All-Pro team. But this Olympics, there's no way she should have been on the team. And how do you make sure that doesn't happen next time, Rob?
I'm sorry, and it's showing already. I mean, just look at the games.
I could go over her numbers, but they're abysmal for her, Rob.
Yeah, they're horrible.
And she's a defensive liability too.
Yeah.
So that's the type of thing we're trying to avoid. We're trying to avoid keeping Caitlin Clark off the team because she's going to get too much attention, or a player like that, whoever it may be. And so the question is, with the U.S. Basketball Association, called USA Basketball, there's 15 member committee. That's what they are. And they choose the coach, and then they choose the committee. So the question is, after they see what happened here, where Taurasi was on the team and starting over Copper and Jackie Young, players clearly better than her at this point, do they say, okay, well, we got to get rid of Coach Reeves. She's playing favorites. And do they say, okay, this committee did a terrible job. It's embarrassing they didn't put Caitlin Clark on the team right now. Right. And so will they get rid of that whole committee? I don't know, but let's hope so, because this isn't all about Caitlin Clark. Again, this is like Copper's not getting any playing time, and she's clearly better than some of the players that were. And that's why she was upset the other day and threw the ball at the player. That was the real reason she threw it. Besides,
yeah, it was definitely a frustration. She got put in the. I mean, she's been a starter and probably a star player for most of her life, and she's like, you put me in the scrub, what we call the scrub quarter. 2 or 3 minutes left in the game, for me you put me in now. Yeah, I'd be kind of pissed.
Right, and the problem is that they got this UConn, South Carolina mafia going on there. So the head of the committee is from UConn, and Dawn Staley is the second most powerful person in that committee, and she's from South Carolina. Well, they kept Caitlin Clark off the team, So they get the most power. They got to go. We know how they voted. I don't know how the other 4 people voted. We don't know if it was a 6-0 vote or not. We just know that Caitlin Clark was kept off the team.
Yeah. I mean, it's time for, I mean, it's like, well, hopefully like in 4 years, there's time for a change, and they won't keep the same people on there. I'm sure they must rotate rotate the committee to put other people in there. Hopefully they'll include a male.
They have one male, but
I think, I mean, they have one male, but of course he's got these other women looking at him like, and he's probably the only one who voted for Caitlin Clark, probably.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Even if he voted for Caitlin Clark, it didn't matter. It's 6 people on the committee. Now, again, we don't know if it was 6-0, 5-1, 4-2, keep Caitlin Clark off the team or not. If that person voted for Caitlin Clark, they can stay on the committee. They're not playing politics. They're doing the right thing. But again, we don't know how. We just know the final decision by the 6 people. So, but USA Basketball has to do something about it. USA Basketball has to answer to the U.S. Olympic Committee, the National U.S. Olympic Committee. So there's some pressure on them that's going to put pressure on the U.S. Olympic Women's Basketball Committee. There's 3 people involved here.
I know Copper and Young, when they play against Reeves' team, the Lynx, I know they're going to be fired up to try to drop 20 or 30 points on her.
Right. I agree. And if I was the commissioner, and if the WNBA has, as Tony Kornheiser likes to say about Adam Silver, if Kathy Engelbert was a living, breathing commissioner, I would also want to get involved in this, Rob. And I would cooperate with USA Basketball and say, hey, give me a new committee, because I wanted to promote my league, and they didn't put Caitlin Clark on the team. Right. And I got a 42-year-old Diana Taurasi in the team that doesn't belong on the team. And that's what this committee did. Give me a new committee. I want my league to grow. We're having trouble. So if I was her, I would say something to USA Basketball. I don't know I don't know if she would or not. I don't have a lot of confidence in her as a commissioner.
Yeah, like I said, the powers that be, you would think they would do the right thing, but if everything especially if they again win the gold medal, like, why change anything? Why should we change anything?
Well, why? Because you got bad ratings and bad attendance, for one. I could argue that, and so we'll see what happens.
As The Rock says, it doesn't matter that they did that; they got the gold medal. So
yeah, well, the chance of them losing tomorrow against France is pretty slim. So we're just asking for the corruption and the politics to get out of basketball, and it seems to be more in women's than in men's, Rob, because this is the 5th time they've screwed somebody over. They screwed over 2 people this time, Enrique and Caitlin Clark. And then they screwed over. We've gone over this before. 3 other people throughout history. Right. And so this is not a first time thing.
We'll see if they get their act together, Mark. I again, I'm not very optimistic about that, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, let's know what you think. You think USA Basketball is going to clean house or not, given all the politics that happened? We'll see. I hope so. I hope they do something. Certainly hope a new coach, Rob. My God, such an unlikable coach. There's so many other coaches they could have chosen, in the league that are good coaches. The Nigerian coach, hopefully she'll come in the WNBA, right?
Yeah, she's very good. She's a good coach.
So maybe the Fever will hire her, Rob.
Hey, you never know. She did a good job with the team she had. Right.
Yeah. So, even Becky Hammond, even though I don't think she's a fan of Caitlin Clark, she'd be a better coach than Reeve. Reeve's a disaster. Becky Hammond's a very good coach. So that would be a nice switch. In fact, I'm pretty sure she's going to be the next coach. So anyway, so we'll see what happens. All right. Let us know what you think. I'm curious. Make comments down below. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do, so you get notified of our next videos. We'll be live today. Track and field, and also there's going to be the U.S. men's gold medal game. So we switching back and forth between that, I suppose. And our normal live show returns this Monday. It's Eastern time from 6 to 8, and you can call in on that if you want. So it's pretty cool every Monday except for major holidays. If you want to donate to this channel, you can with super chats down below, and also super thanks, and also there's a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.